It is 8 minutes after 3 o'clock at 610 WTVN. John Corby with Joe Bradley. It is finally the big Thursday radio program. But first things first, I want to start off. There's a proposal before the legislature to allow racetracks in Ohio to allow, slot machines and video poker and things. And here to talk about, you probably, if you're familiar with Scioto Downs, remember him. He was director of racing down there for years and years and years and years. Retired now, but he's working on this issue. Jim Ewart. Jim, how are you?
Hey, good, John. Good to talk to you again.
Well, it's good to talk to you again, too, Jim. And you also went to Indiana, didn't you, for a while?
Yes, I went to Indiana back in '02 when I could see that things were going downhill here with all the other states surrounding Ohio getting gaming, and sure enough, it's a sad case of affairs in racing since it's gone down every year.
Well, you know what, I tell you what, Jim. I mean, I've been to Scioto Downs, practically my whole life, and I remember in the '80s, man, the place would be jammed on Friday and Saturday nights, and it's really sad to go down there. It really is. I mean, there's like nobody there.
Oh, it's one of the finest tracks in the country. Just
to
give you an example, last Friday and Saturday they opened up. Their top purse was $3,200 on Friday and $4,000 on Saturday, and the top purses in Indiana and Pennsylvania were $25,000, whereas we used to have $12,000 purses, and they used to have, in Pennsylvania like 8 or so. So we were the leader at one time, but we got left at the post, as they say, by turning our backs on gaming and racetracks and helping, most of all, a great Ohio agricultural product called the horse.
Yeah. Now, there's talk a little about what the proposal is. And I don't know if the bill has actually been introduced yet or not. Has it?
Yes, and the bill was proposed by Ohio Racing Commissioner Zano, and of course the Ohio Racing Commission is underneath the governor.
Right.
He appoints them, and the proposal would have a $50 million license fee for 7 tracks, and that would total $350 million that would go directly to the state immediately to help them in this with their taxes and everything. And each track would have to spend $60 million for improvement that would create tons of jobs. So you're looking at 350 and another 320, you're looking at 600-700. Then every year, the income to the state would be estimated at 600 to 800 million every year to go to the state, and that would help so much. And look what you could do for the schools. Here I am in Grove City, and
yeah.
No football, no band, no basketball, no nothing, because they can't propose it. So this is a state-controlled proposal. It's underneath the state. They get the 50% of it. It's the best proposal ever for the state and for the people of Ohio, and it would help save a wonderful business.
Yeah, I don't see why anybody would have a problem with that. They're already gambling at the racetracks. I mean, this is just another thing to bet on.
Yes, and they're gambling. $1.25 billion is leaving Ohio for surrounding states. Now that's a big deal, and we got 20,000 direct jobs at one time in the racing industry, and $1 billion economic impact with all the jobs, all the people, all everything, 72 county fairs and everything. Now we were the number 1 breeder for over 50 years in harness horses. Now we slipped to number 2. We slipped to number 5. Last year we slipped to number 6. And God knows where we're going to go. We used to breed 4,000 mares in the best days. They're going to breed 750 mares. And studs are leaving Ohio. They're going to Indiana and everywhere else, and it's just a sad case of affairs on every way, shape, and form.
Yeah, now around Ohio, you mentioned Pennsylvania and Indiana, so they do have gambling at their racetracks?
Yes, I went to Indiana Downs, helped build it, and was 4 years over there before I retired. We now have a $250 million casino sitting adjacent to the racetrack. The Meadows in Pennsylvania opened up another $250 million casino over there. In Pennsylvania, they're betting $87 million a week.
Wow, that's something. Now, you're going to have a rally, and we talked before we got you on the air, and the rally is not about the track owners. It's about the people who are trying to earn a living. So why don't you talk about that a little bit?
All right. You take the people that are trying to earn a living. That is horsemen that train these horses, people that own these horses. They work 7 days a week at the horse business. There's breeding farms, been breeding farms throughout Ohio that breeding all these horses. And in fact, I went to the one down here at Midland Acres the other day. I got a mare down there and saw my baby, and now there's not as many as was. And you're talking about many, many jobs being lost. I mean, like there's 16,000 direct jobs now, but there's 40,000 indirect jobs when you take people with trucks and hay and straw and everything that goes throughout the business and pharmaceutical companies for everything that's needed, and it's just going to have a really, really bad effect on the jobs in the state of Ohio.
Yeah. Now, when's the rally? And
the rally's at 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning, May 19th. And like I say, it's going to be all the harness people and workers that have been in this business throughout the state, and they're going to see if they can get some support from people to see if they could get this bill to maybe pass and help them. Because if not, John, the racing industry in Ohio is on very, very, very thin ice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All you have to do is go to a track to see that. So it's 10 o'clock Tuesday morning at the State House, and have you had much, I mean, how does the legislature seem to be leaning on this?
Well, of course, they always said before, they wanted it to vote on it, but everybody complained about when they voted on it, the different circumstances, but this would not have to be voted on. This could be passed by the House and the Senate and the governor without being voted on, so this would be a plus there rather than taking it to a vote. But now they say the casino voting looks like it's 60-40, that people are in favor of casino. They're getting sick and tired of seeing Ohio money leave Ohio for Indiana. Michigan has 23 Indian casinos and 3 land-based casinos in Detroit. And Philadelphia, Pennsylvania's got the horse race track. West Virginia's got theirs right on the border of Indiana, and Charlestown and Wheeling. And here we sit letting it just float out of the air, and we're wondering why we're broke.
Well, it seems like the state needs some money now, and this would be a good way to do that. And, Jim, it's great talking to you, and, good luck. I'm behind it.
Well, John, let's just hope we can go back and sit together sometime and silence it down and come back to the good old days.
Yeah, let's hope we can get down there and not find a seat, maybe.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you, Jim. Jim Ewart, former director of racing at Scioto Downs, and so that rally is at 10 o'clock Tuesday morning, May the 19th. And, it makes sense to me. Tracks are dying on the vine, and people are leaving. Joe and I, I think it was last year, we took a couple days off, just did a road trip, and where did we go? We drove to Indiana, and left several $100s in that state.
That's right.
Yeah, several hundred.
You're going to lose it. May as well lose it at home.
Well, yeah. At least you could say you were helping the children here.